treats me with the same level of respect, care, all of that sort of stuff that I intend to treat them
So
with,
you
because
you kind of
I
need that other person to
recognize,
be aware that okay, so awareness in that perspective of a woman being aware that you're doing stuff too. That's a level of awareness, yes, and a level of trust. Because at the end of the day, it's
yes,
a level of awareness, but a level of trust that what you're doing and taking care of is going to be fulfilled as an expectation, right? You're going to
yeah,
get to that
like,
finish line, right?
yeah, I'm getting to the finish line regardless,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what I've decided for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you are, and I also expect whoever I end up with to be getting to that finish line because they want that for themselves. They have decided that for themselves. That's it. And at that point, like I said, it's not even an if they're going to get it, it's a when.
Yeah.
Now, like you were saying earlier, I might go into the relationship believing that, but then I recognize certain things that are like, no, you're not actually on it. And then I can make a determination as to how to navigate that situation when I'm in it. But in the preliminary, we're talking about just entering. That's where I'm coming. That's how I'm approaching it.
Mm.
It's not from, yes, let's be real about it. Whoever I end up with, I want to be beautiful, but not just beautiful on the outside, beautiful on the inside.
Yeah.
And that beauty comes from the fact that they love themselves. They
Yeah.
love they love themselves, they love the world, they love the people in it, they love me by extension. And I want to be able to do that for another person as well.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
type of relationship I'm trying to build. I'm not trying to build like, oh, this was fun for a night.
Yeah.
Now, the funny thing is, I know if I was looking for one night, I could find one night easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's not what I'm looking for.
Well, there's that horn
If
tooting again.
not, let's
I'm
be
joking.
honest about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Phil,
mean,
when you were
it's
genuinely, you're
it's
married now.
yeah, it's
You're
easier.
married now.
It's definitely easier to get that one night stand in your situation because it's readily available because that's always the first. A lot of times, it's almost like uh one night stands are kind of a expectation to a person getting to know you physically rather than emotionally, spiritually, mentally. It's almost
So
like a cover up. It's almost
it
like
is a cover up,
it's a cover up.
because we equate getting to know somebody like it was even
We
it's
equate
even a
getting to know someone by
euphemism.
performance.
It's also a euphemism we use.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I know them biblically, meaning we have slept together.
Hmm.
It's a euphemism we even use. But you can know somebody physically slash biblically, or whatever term you want to put to it, and not know them at all.
Yeah. You don't know
But
how they're gonna react. You don't know how their emotions are. You don't know the decision process. You don't know, their intentions, their
but
mentality, you know?
I think that is also, what's it called? If you are, and this goes back to the responsibility thing, like if you are claiming your responsibility of yourself and the other person, it's like, okay, yes, I could just go based on the physical, right? I could
Mhm.
go based purely on that, or I could use the physical as a means to explore deeper than that. But it's all on the individuals involved to decide whether or not that is what they are going to do, because there are plenty of people who stop at the physical.
Yeah.
There are plenty of people who it's like, okay, yeah, like you said, they fall in love with the idea of getting into the relationship for the sensation, but not for the stuff beyond that, right?
Expectation.
Not for the emotion, not for
Yeah.
the not for the fulfillment, but for the sensation.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there are people who, like, the sensation doesn't even necessarily have to be physical. Some people jump in and out of relationships because they love the feeling of a new relationship, that excitement, that feeling you get when it's the honeymoon phase and everything like that. And then as soon as it ends, they're out, because it's like, I wanted that sensation, not everything else that surrounds it.
When that
Right.
sensation is really only temporary.
But that's not, and that's what I'm saying when I'm talking about getting into a relationship.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for the sensation. I'm looking for sensational at times, yes, but I'm not looking for just that. I'm
Okay.
looking for profound. And some people might sit there and say, "Oh, that's you being a simp. That's you being a herb. You think every woman is sensational." Nah, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying I am looking for that person who can touch me profoundly.
Yeah.
And I recognize that that will not be every person. And that's okay. That's not like, I know everybody I come across is not going to touch me profoundly, but I am the one who decides how deeply I want to intertwine with anybody I interact with. That's me. They can also decide that for themselves, but I decide how profoundly, like, the conversations we have are, or I
Yeah.
decide how profoundly the conversation I have with a stranger on the street is.
Yeah.
It's all me. I have the power, I have the control. And some people may say that's arrogant, but I would say, no, it's not arrogance. It's me recognizing that it's not just within my power, it's my responsibility.
Yeah. So I'll kind of give my final thoughts on this. Just how to start dating again. I know with a lot of men, there's the new term going out called serial dating, right?
Yep.
Men that have gone, I've seen and heard, as far as dating 30, 40, 50 women, sometimes in half a year to a year. That tells me that, yeah,
You don't know what.
you don't know what you want. You don't know what you need. You're just dating just for the expectation
For,
of sensation,
mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm,
And I'm
yep.
pretty sure out of 50 to 60 dates, the sensation has probably up to 20 to 25, more than half of that amount, right? So
Let some people tell it's 100%.
yeah,
But
and if you're looking strictly for that, fine, cool.
mm, yeah.
That's not what we're basically telling people to do, but
Mm,
there are situations that are like that within the dating world, right? If that's your preference, then your expectations for anything further are pretty much next to nothing, and that's fine. That's cool. That's your
mm-hmm,
expectation.
yeah.
That's what you're looking for. That's on you. But for the people that is looking for substance, that's looking for a foundation, that's looking for something that is opposite than what they've been getting, um, you got to do something different, right?
Mm-hmm,
You can't expect the same results by doing the same behaviors. You can't.
mm,
You've got to be able to internalize and be aware of some of the things you're doing, and it may not be your time. It may not
nope.
be your time as far as, finding that right one. In order to find that right one, you got to know what you want. You got to know what you need. You got to understand some of the things that you can give to someone. What are they bringing to the table? Just spoke about this on Freedom Friday. Don't lower your standards just because you're bringing something to the table and the other person is. Communicate with that person. Talk to that person. Understand it could be a perspective that they don't know how, or it could be a perspective of if they refuse to, and you guys are at a misalignment of expectations. And that's a deeper conversation, right?
Yeah.
So go into dating expecting on an even playing field, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, communication, if that's what you're looking for.
Mm,
Don't go in there as it's being called half-assed to feel like, all right, well, I'll take these three but I'll leave the other 6 out. No. If you need those things, if you want those things, or your want is just preference only, then just know that's the end result that you potentially can do. So how to start dating again is change your mindset, change your patterns, change your habits, change your routine. And don't bring baggage into a new relationship that you're trying to fly off into happiness with. So that is
we all have the baggage. It's just about being willing
how much
to
luggage?
do the work to address. It's about addressing it.
Correct.
Like you have to be willing to. You have to recognize that you have it, and you have to be willing to address it.
Correct.
Either while you're in the relationship or before you get into a relationship, but it has to be addressed. It has to.
Yeah. So really appreciate everybody. That supported us this far. We're coming up almost on a year with this podcast, and tremendous love and support. Make sure you guys follow us on Twitter at Let's Rap 2. And make sure you guys follow us on Instagram at Let's Rap _. If you're watching this here on YouTube, make sure you guys like, subscribe to the channel, comment down. Love the feedback. We love the conversations. We're open, honest. Love the feedback again. Make sure you guys follow J Echo, JAY.EKC0. Make sure you guys
ECK0.
Yeah, make sure you guys follow him on Instagram. Make sure you guys listen to Echo Chamber. A lot of really good perspectives and introspection on different topics, good conversations. More guests are coming. Philosophical thoughts. I've been real consistent on that. Freedom Fridays, really appreciate that. And really appreciate the super shows and the Let's Rap podcast as a whole. Really appreciate everybody. I'm philosophical. Go ahead.
Those super shows are going to be making a comeback after the before or after the Christmas break, because
to be determined.
So I'm gonna say after. All right.
Yeah, to be determined.
Because I am more than likely going to be going overseas this holiday. So respect to y'all, but y'all won't see me.
Yeah, it'll be more of me.
Yep. You will get mostly Phil. Because I need a vacation. That's something I'm doing for me this year. So
I don't take vacations. So more me is good. So
I mean, so this is what I'll say, bro. Even if it's just for, do you want a vacation?
Nah, not right now. I mean, I don't go anywhere in the cold.
I mean, there are warmer places out here, my brother.
I don't want to go through the cold to get there.
I'm not saying going through.
No way.
I'm not saying going through the cold. I'm talking about, like, for instance, and Florida might not be it, but like Miami is warmer.
I went to Miami last year, actually. So I went there last year.
There you go.
I am actually going on vacation this year. I just thought about that. I need to take my laptop
there you go.
And my podcast stuff so I can record some videos. So
I'm more than likely gonna record some echo chambers, but outside of that, y'all are on your own.
Yep.
But yep, like Phil said, this is J Echo, JAY.ECK0 on Instagram. And thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for joining me and Phil on this random journey that started with a podcast, but has genuinely, and I'm being completely serious about this, has genuinely changed my perspective on the world, on myself, and on people in general. So we appreciate y'all rocking with us.
Appreciate it. Peace.
Take it easy.